Today is Thursday, February 26th, 2026, and today is National Pistachio Day, which feels like a snack that makes you work just hard enough to earn it. Welcome to This Day in History from, wait, that's random. I'm your host, C.L. Burns. On this date in 1815, Napoleon Bonaparte escaped from exile on the island of Elba. After being forced to abdicate in 1814, he was allowed to retain the title of emperor, but only of a tiny Mediterranean island. Elba had roughly 12,000 residents. It was not Europe. But here's what makes this strange. He wasn't heavily imprisoned. He governed the island. He had a small guard force, and Europe assumed he was politically finished. On February 26th, he boarded a ship with about 1,000 loyal troops and sailed back to France. No grand invasion, no massive fleet, just momentum. As he marched inland, royal troops were sent to arrest him. Instead of firing, many joined him. The mechanism wasn't military superiority. It was loyalty leverage. Napoleon understood reputation as force. He stepped into the open and essentially said, "If you believe I'm still emperor, I am." And enough soldiers believed it. That begins the period known as the 100 Days. Sometimes power isn't all about strength. It's about narrative. Which brings us to another February 26th moment that changed perception, not politically but visually. On this date in 1909, Kinemacolor was publicly demonstrated in London. Before this, film was black and white. Motion existed, but color did not. Kinemacolor didn't actually record full color. It used alternating red and green filters during filming and projection. Mechanically, the camera captured successive frames through different color filters. The projector then rapidly alternated those filter frames on screen. Your brain blended them. Because the frames switched quickly enough, the eye perceived a composite color image. It was not true color photography. It was perceptual trickery. But it worked. For the first time, audiences saw moving images that felt more lifelike. The mechanism wasn't new pigments. It was exploring how human vision processed light. Which brings us to 1935. On that day, early demonstrations of radar technology were conducted in Britain. Radar stands for radio detection and ranging. Here's how it works. A transmitter emits a burst of radio waves. Those waves travel outward at the speed of light. As they strike a solid object like an airplane, they bounce back. A receiver detects the returning signal. The system measures the time between transmission and return. Because the speed of radio waves is constant, you can calculate distance. Distance equals speed multiplied by time, divided by 2 because the signal makes a round trip. It's essentially echolocation, but with electromagnetic waves instead of sound. Before radar, aircraft detection relied on sight, sound, or reports. After radar, detection could happen invisibly, beyond the horizon, at night. In fog. You could see what your eyes couldn't. 3 February 26 moments. A leader reclaiming power through perception. A film system exploiting visual processing. A detection system bouncing invisible waves through the air. Different centuries, same principles. What we perceive shapes what we believe is real. And sometimes the mechanism behind that perception is the real story. Which brings us briefly to someone born on this day in 1932, Johnny Cash. Cash built a career on stripped-down sound, minimal instrumentation, clear rhythm, direct storytelling. No illusion of complexity, just signal. And maybe that's fitting, because February 26th seems to be about signal, how it's projected, how it's interpreted, and how it changes behavior. Anyway, those are the things we ended up uncovering today. Stop by tomorrow and we'll see what the day decides to show us. If you want to know more about me or the work I do, you can find everything at waitthat'srandom.com. I'm C.L. Burns, and I appreciate you stopping by.